All right, we are back. Woodstock Guitar Guy, episode number 2. We're still talking about Gretsch guitars, and on our merry little excursion into the golden era of the inexpensive guitar. This is prime candidate number 1. This is a Gretsch. It's a Club Jet, I guess, or maybe it's a Cub Jet. I'm going to put all that information down below so you'll be able to see. It'll have the numbers. I think it's a G5420, but I got to dig it out and double check, So I realized I'm still wearing my glasses. I guess that's a good thing. I can kind of see what I'm doing here. I bought this new. It was on sale, marked down from like $400 to like $250 or something like that. And I got it. It was an open box, even, I think. I can't even remember now. Maybe not. Maybe it was brand new. And they were just and since I got this for $250, they've dropped the price even more. I've seen them for under $200, brand new. They come with a P90 in the front that actually sounds really good. It comes with a Gretsch trebly pickup, which once I raised it, sounded really decent. I mean, when I first got it, I got to say something about this guitar. When I first got it, it was like, uh-oh, what have I done? It had, it looks great. It's not especially too heavy. It's got a little heft to it and everything. The neck, I like the finish on these guitars. They don't feel like a cheapie. They feel good, finished. Like real finishes on these guitars. And the fretboard I really liked a lot. I don't even know if it's HPL, that totally compressed paper stuff or not, but it looks good. I can't really see any grain in it, so I'm sort of thinking it might be HPL, but that's okay. That's all right. It doesn't bother me in the least. Frets are nice, but it played really weird. It was not a fun guitar to play. I even gave it to a friend of mine and asked him to play it for a while, tell me what he thought, and he gave it back. And then I went to work on it, and I decided to do a couple of things. I was having a really hard time getting the intonation set, and it originally came with just a bar bridge, a stop tail bar bridge combo. It had no individual adjusting saddles. It was just a bar, and I could not get this thing the intonation on, which means as you go up the neck, you just go out of tune until you get up here and forget it. You're in some other key, So I broke down and bought this, which is a Music Lily adjustable bridge. And I did my measurements. This is it. This is what you need when you're swapping out the the bridges and stuff like that. You want to be able to really measure between the poles in millimeters, because they will tell you when you order something, before you order it, there's going to be a whole diagram. It's going to show you what it fits, what it doesn't fit. You really have to look at that stuff. Don't think you don't have to, because all it takes is one or two pieces that don't fit arriving, and then you become very discouraged very quickly. So these are super cheap. You can even buy a whole little kit with a a fret rocker and one of these, and all sorts of stuff to clean up your frets and everything. But you need this. This is a really critical component of virtually everything you do on the guitar. Same with measuring the nuts and measuring the diameter of the holes on the tuning pegs, and on and on and on. It's a very important. Even the pickups, you have to measure pickups and the cavities to make sure that when you order the pickups to come and put in the cavity on the guitar, that they're going to fit. It's very important. So that's what's happening. We put the bridge. I put the bridge on, raised this pickup, put new tuning pegs on. I got these Geiger. They look like Grovers. They're not locking tuners, but they're pretty nice. I try to set, because I've been using locking tuners on everything, and I just thought I would try these out because I like the way they looked, and they've been excellent. So once I got this bridge on there and got the thing intonated and got the strings lowered a little bit more, it's great. I mean, I can't say enough about this guitar. I mean, it sounds good. It's no neck dive, feels good, looks great. If you can pick one up for $200 and can put a little work into it, I highly recommend swapping out this bridge. Do it. It's great. It has one volume and one tone. And the tone actually works. I think there's even a treble bleed in here. The tone works really wonders. You get a lot of variation in the pickups. Maybe we can do a little bit of that here. I mean, here's all the way. Here I am on the treble pickup, and I've got all my bridge pickup, my treble turned all the way up. I got a little bit of overdrive going on. All right, I start tuning that back. You hear the difference? I'm still on the bridge pickup. It's very cool. I mean, I like to dial in different sounds, and this one really, it works. I wouldn't change the wiring at all. The pickups are nice too. Here's the neck, the P90. I roll back a little bit of the tone. Brought all the tone back. So it's got it. It's got some mojo going on this guitar, and it's an electromatic version, I think. Maybe I'll double check. Made in China, beautiful. I think it's called the barrel finish. It's got, I think I counted 5 or 4 pieces of wood across. But it's cool. It's really cool. And this was the first of the Gretsch that I picked up, and I immediately felt like I'm onto something here, because it just has a lot of the, boxes that I like to check on a guitar. And my first and foremost is it has to play okay, and that took a while. And I'm patient. I spent time. I find it very helpful to put a guitar down when things aren't going well, and let it sit for a few days and think about it. Spend some time fishing around on YouTube and looking to see if other people have similar issues with something. It's way better to just walk away from it and come back to it later than it is to try to jam it through. And the jamming part never worked out well for me. I'm more of a deliberate, like, okay, this doesn't work, so let's stop here, everything on hold, and then go play another guitar for a few days, not worry about this one so much. And so that's the story. And the Gretsch story, I know they're partnered with Fender. These are not made by Fender, apparently. And they're doing them in China or in Indonesia. I think this one is China. And says, no, Indonesia. Crafted in Indonesia. There you go. Got a great finish on it. Got the really nice binding. Frets are rolled at the end. There's there's a little, it's nothing. It's really clean. The fret's really clean. Neck, it's not dead on straight, but I don't like them dead on. I like just a slight, really slight curve in the neck. But that's a whole other discussion, which is adjusting the truss rod and when to do it, when not to do it. And what does it do and why, some of these programs that I watch now, they're so far, these guys are great. I love them all the guitar guys doing the YouTube shows, and so the channels, as they call them. I love them all. But they're so far along, it's like the guy who's the geeky guy, who Phillips, really nice guy. And he goes through the whole thing with micrometers and little, super duper testers. He puts the little glove on and does the neck thing. And I love that stuff. But I think that's above and beyond where I want to go with my audience, which is I want you to feel very comfortable doing stuff to your guitar that's not overly complicated. Listen, I've had some very valuable guitars in my day, still have a few, and I was always like deathly afraid to touch them, to do it, besides play them. I was afraid to do anything on the guitar. I would take it to a luthier and have it fixed and spend the money. And back to the COVID lockdown, my luthier who I'd worked with said, no, I'm taking a break, no business. We're in lockdown. So she said to me, you can do it yourself. You can just go on YouTube and find out how and do it yourself. And so I started down that road. And I'm really glad I did, because it breaks through a lot of the mystery of the guitar, makes it a little bit more understandable, and it's even helped me with my playing because I've been able to really fool around with different different heights of the strings and different gauges of strings, of course, and fooling around with the pickups and changing the wiring and just all that stuff. and it's really helped the riffs. Brought out. It helps me to play, and I enjoy it more. And there's something to be said for having a guitar that you've worked on yourself, that you've brought to life, that you've either, rescued, or you've, modified, or you've set it up, or whatever you've done to it. Now you have something that is personal, and it's you. There's a part of you in the guitar, and I think that adds something to the creativity, the vibe, the feel. You feel more comfortable with the guitar that you actually know everything about. There's a whole lot of things. It's a long discussion. These Gretsch guitars are just a steal. And I'm not going to say they're better than this or they're better than that or they're, whatever. I'm not going to do any of that comparison stuff, not for a while. But we'll get into comparing pickups at some point. But I just think this guitar for $200 or $250 or used for $150 or whatever is an excellent guitar to take on, make some of the minor adjustments, put the new bridge on it. The bridge was like $25, I think, maybe. It made the world with this guitar. Improve the sustain, improve the intonation. So it's a keeper, and I'm not gonna just send this one out the door. I'm learning more about Gretsch guitars. I'm really digging where they're coming from. Some of those crazy finishes, and I have one of them here that's pretty crazy, related to their drums. I mean, the drum finishes, they put them on the guitars. I mean, how cool is that? So that's all I'm going to cover today. We'll go out with a little bit of music like we normally do. But I just want to say thank you again. Hit subscribe. Hit the like if you like it. I like it. I'm having a good time. And from Woodstock, New York, not Woodstock, Vermont, even though I am a Vermonter, native, actually. I'm in Woodstock, New York, and I'm the Woodstock Guitar Guy, and I'm really enjoying this so far. Episode number 2. We're on to the Gretsch story, and we'll go out with a couple of notes. Take care. Thanks.